Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commanders number 1. I have got Sherman with me today. Sherman, how you doing?
I'm tired. So for those listeners, I was complaining to Daniel before we started recording about how crappy my week was.
Oh, just back to back, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. How about you, Daniel?
I'm pretty good. My truck lives again. My personal truck got run into by a semi truck, so got the front end of it ripped off. I don't know if I told anyone that, but yeah, I finally got it back. So now I just need to do one last little piece of it, and then I should be good. Should be good to cruise around and hear my loud tunes once more, because that's what I really like in a vehicle. It's nice speakers. Don't really care much about anything else. So. Nice loudspeakers to hear cool podcasts that have better opinions than me. None is silent. I want to quickly. This is a pretty new one. We had a different episode slated for today, and then Slothy with his whole cracking himself in the head is still not doing wonderful. So I figure Slothy's hitting himself hard enough to give you brain damage. I'm gonna give you a brain damage deck.
It's too, because he got. Injured. It's not funny that he got injured. Okay, but it's kind of funny because he's like, okay, I'm gonna go play hockey and everything. So when he said he had a concussion, it was like, oh, you got it from hockey, right? No, you got it from work.
Yeah,
it's like you expect him to get a concussion from playing hockey, but no. But anyways,
yeah. So we had a different one planned, and we'll probably do that one next week. It should be pretty fun. I hope Slothy feels better for real. On that, it's a bummer he's not doing too well, but. He'll get there. He'll get there. So anyways, because of that, I was going to make this deck next week. I was going to finish putting it all together, and I was like, you know what? I'll finish it today. So we have a cool one from the new Tarkir stuff that's coming out. I think that's coming out really soon, like April 11th or something, is the full release.
Yeah, it should be. So they spoiled the face commanders. And a few other things. It's basically spoiler season again.
Yeah, when isn't it, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get one of these commanders done because I really like decks that are like this one. So we're going to be doing an Elesha, and it's really fun with the bracket system. So today we've got quite the budget list. This is a $45 sub $44 list, $44.45.
Without including Elesha at this point.
Elsha's not in it, and I haven't put in my land base, so we'll pump it up. It'll still be fairly budget-ish. But it's really funny that this is a bracket 3 deck, a $44 bracket 3 deck
with summary 31.
It is a salty budget deck. The reason that it's got a bracket 3, I've got it 1 second. Let me pull it up to the pop up here. Is there's no mass land denial, there's no chaining extra turns, and then up to 3 game changers. So this is beyond the strength of an average precon deck. Wink, wink. But it says I've got 3 extra turn cards in the deck, which I do. I do have 3 extra turn cards in this deck. You'll see why. You guys will understand it. You'll get it. I feel like you'll understand the theme. But before we go into it, if you want any of these cards from this deck, there's definitely some power-up cards that you can put into this deck, obviously. Go to housecards.ca. Promo code IT99. You're going to get all of your stuff at a discount. It's going to help us out. It's going to get support to a great company and put this stuff into AI Armor sleeves. It is wonderful. But beyond that, just like, share, subscribe. It really, really does help out. It gets people to see it. And with that, let's just jump into this really, really silly deck. We're going to cover the 3 extra turn cards really, really early. So let's talk what Elesha does and why it's a crazy card. Elesha Threefold Master is a blue, a red, a white. Simple. Legendary creature, Jin Monk, 1/1. It has trample built into it. Never should have given it that. It has Prowess, which is good. Prowess is very good. You can build a really cool Prowess themed deck. And then the reason you don't have to go down the Prowess route, and the reason I didn't, is because Elesha is a token enabler as well. So not only is it not only are you able to just go so many directions with this, but whenever Elesha deals combat damage to a player, you create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens that also have Prowess. Because why wouldn't they, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this deck just has a lot of it has a lot of ability to kind of go sillier than necessary, because anything, you can go enchantment routes with this. You can do a lot of different cool stuff. The trample on a 3-mana commander, they never should have put that on. It should have been another hoop to jump through, because that's a very strong ability. Having a commander generate tokens in such a ridiculous manner, just like for the damage that you do, it shouldn't have trample built into it, right?
Well, like I don't know, like even if you gave it trample, don't make it 3 mana. Make it like 4 or 5.
This is a lot stapled on a 3-mana commander. It's got 3 abilities on a 3-mana commander, 1 per ability, right?
Yeah, and people are like, okay, sure, it can be a 1/1, so it can die from like like a shock or a lightning bolt. But like, how many people play with stuff like that still? Like,
yeah,
it's not like from like 5 years ago when like we would see that still. Like we don't see removal by damage like that anymore, really.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that you can pump it so easily that also shouldn't be built into the commander. Again, maybe trample, and whenever it deals damage, you give the prowess, but it has prowess itself. Like this commander is pretty silly. And again, that's why this is, I would say, a pretty effective deck. Like I said, this was put together today. I'll run it, but I've got a pretty good grip on how this one's going to go. It's going to be a powerhouse deck at $40, and it's not always fun to lose to a really budget deck. I've been beat by Sherman's like $30 decks before. It hurts me in the soul. Like I said, I have mortal wounds from that Galadriel deck. It was one of the hardest beatings I've ever received.
Yeah, it hurts people's pride quite a bit when like something that's like less than $100 like beats down like something that's like $800. It hurts.
Yeah, and this deck is going to be just like a pretty straight aggressive deck. You have to attack with Elesha. You can't hold back with this. Maybe if you build a different way than I did, but this pedal to the metal with this one. So, like I said, we have just this insane 3 ability commander at 3 mana. That's going to be our most important thing. We need to have those 3 mana. Where kind of this deck is all Elesha. We need our commander in this version. So let's go into our first section is called All or Nothing. And oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go.
I was going to say, this is our first section is our All or Nothing section. This is where our 3 bracket 3 things come from. If you take these out, this is going to drop the deck down to a bracket whatever 2 kind of thing. These are all extra turn cards. They're all very, very cheap. This whole section, $547, and they all have a theme because I think Elsha's a monster. So take us away with our first one.
All right. So first one we have is Alchemist's Gambit. So 1 double red. Sorcery. It has cleave for 4 double blue and a red. So you take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage can't be prevented. And then you have the cleave bracket part. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So if you pay the cleave, you don't have to worry about that. And then you exile the spell.
Yep.
Not bad for like a 7-cost cleave.
Yeah. I feel like, especially having that much token, the tokens have prowess and stuff, right? So even like if we've got 7 or 8 tokens and stuff, right? 1 or 2 instants on our turn is turning that into like 30 damage, right? So taking that extra turn all or nothing style is a fun way to win, right? I don't think it's as feel bad as just like because these are not turns where I'm dirtling and trying. You're never going to cast this to just like try and no, this is I'm killing the table. It's go time, right? My next one is it's a favorite card of mine for decks like this where I can just go silly, and it's Chance for Glory. It's 1 red, 1 white. Creatures you control gain indestructible. You can't board wipe me. You take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. You get one last turn to go hard and stuff. It's I might not have a way back from the board wipe, but Sherman's dying this turn.
It's called revenge.
Yeah.
Payback.
So like I said, these are all of these are lose the game extra turns. There is no chaining these extra turns. These are I'm going to win, and I don't feel like waiting to find out if you have a board wipe to do it.
And then the third and last one we have here is Last Chance for double red. Sorcery. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? We we do have extra turns. This is not an extra turn deck. You've got to believe me. This is, like I said, these are like my game enders. Those tokens with prowess are going to be really annoying because the commander already alone is going to be able to blitz people. Getting 21 damage off a creature with prowess is already pretty not very difficult. But when we have something, like I said, the ability to just pump everything every time we cast, right? Then you can go into any of the mass. You can go like the white anthem spells of like creatures you control get 1-0. Well, now they're going to get 2-0, right? You can go a lot of directions with it. And again, you don't really get to see these cards played very often. I don't feel like most of our listeners often get hit with a Chance for Glory or an Alchemist's Gambit. You know what I mean? So it's I like unique cards that you just don't see very often. And it's no one thinks I'm packing this Chance for Glory and stuff like that. And especially I've got blue. So you're gonna on a general deck, you're gonna think like, okay, he's holding counter spells, but he's got no blue mana. He's got nothing for this one. I'm board wiping. And then all of a sudden you got 30 monks still. It's gonna be a problem. Our next section we have here is going to be Double It, which again, with our commander, why wouldn't you, right? Double It, we have Assault Strobe as our first one. This one's a sorcery. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. So on the cast, we're already getting an extra +1. So it's now a 2/2 double striker. But the thing we care the most about in this deck is number 1, power, because we want more monks. Number 2, just anything that's going to enable that first strike. Anything that lets us roll over people into that trample damage faster. They never should have given this card trample. I don't know why they would staple trample on. It's insane.
Well, like I'm just thinking of things like cheap bulk up spells like Bloodlust, right? Where it's like 1 in a red and you get +4 -1 or whatever, or -4, but you can't go below 1 for your toughness.
Mm-hmm. So, there's so many ways to make this commander very big. And exactly like you said, any of those cheap red like 1 mana pump spells are again, I attack you with a 1/1. Okay, I'm gonna block it, I guess. And then it's like bam. And with the new specifically with how they changed damage to work now, right?
Even worse.
Yeah, so like the damage like is actually like better for these decks because like you do assignment after, but like so they declare their blockers, you power pump these and then be like, all right, let's go to assignment and see what's up.
And that's the thing, like you're giving it like double strike, so like you can do your whatever damage to kill it and just have everything trample over, and then you get your full damage after. So that's just annoying.
Yeah, well, exactly. The fact that it can like first strike, still probably roll over the creature, and then it's a gross commander. Trample should not have been included. This deck would have been a very different deck if you had to, like any normal playtesting group, if you had to like give it trample or that you had to go unblockable, because there's a lot of unblockable in here. I'm going to tell you that right now. But that unblockable is just it's just to ensure that I'm hitting you. It's not really needed with trample.
Yeah, fair. All right. Let's move on to the next card here. It's going to be Bulk Up for 1 in a red. It's an instant speed spell. Double target creature's power until end turn, just like you said. So, and it has a flashback of 4 double red.
Yeah. Again,
we're so stupid.
Even think that we're late game. We're only holding these cards. Okay. I cast Assault Strobe. Now we're a 2/2, and we've got double strike. That's our first mana. We get into mana 2 and 3. We double target creature's power. It becomes a 3. So now it's a 6 with that. And then we use 6 more mana to make it a 7, a 14. So it's a 14/14 double striker. That's like going to kill one player. Like they never should have given trample to this commander. It's pretty silly. It shouldn't be on there. We have here a double cleave for 1 and a hybrid red or white. Target creature again gains double strike until end of turn. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a flippy card here. We got Legion Leadership for 1 and Boros. So, instant. Until end of turn, double target creature's power and it gains first strike. So once again, we're talking about like first strike, double strike, and all that stuff. And then on the other side, we have a land. So it enters battlefield tap, and you can tap it for a red or a white.
I love the modal cards so much.
They're so good. They're so useful. You can just because of them, you can lower your land count, which is really nice.
Yeah. But again, like I said, that the double power and stuff, right? Even on just this one cast, it turns your commander from a 1/1 into a 4/4 double striker. Those are very, very different pieces of math for when I'm blocking something.
My goodness.
And especially if I'm silly enough to only throw a 1/1 in front of it to just chump block it, or I don't have a lot, I throw a 2/2. Okay, I throw a 2/2. Now you're taking 6. I get 6 monks for the next turn when I do that. And then I cast again another like the next card, which is a 2-mana card. We do that. Now I've got 12 damage of my extra monk tokens. Again, this is a more of a fast game commander, I feel.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Very aggressive, yeah. We've got our Temur Battle Rage for our next one that I was just talking about. This is, again, an instant. 1 in a red. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. That creature also gains trample until end of turn if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Not what we need, but what we should need.
That's a fun card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we have our last one here for the double. It's going to be Unleash Fury for 1 in red. It's an instant spell. Double the power of target creature until end of turn. So you cast it. It pretty much brings it up to 4. We're good to go.
Yeah. Well, and if you've cast any other instants and stuff, right? If you can, like, let's say that you can do 2 more 1-drops before it, right? It becomes a 2, then it becomes a 3, and now we've got a 6/6.
Yeah, so you're casting something like an Expedite, So for 1, you give it haste, you draw a card. Oh, look, you drew an Unleashed Fury. Hey, you cast it, might as well.
Yeah. The double, it's pretty good. We have a weird draw section. Expedite is in that one, I'm pretty sure. We have our Accelerate as our first one here. Again, this is a 11-card draw section, 479. You'll love to see this stuff. 1 in red, target creature gains haste until end of turn, and you draw a card.
Nice. Always good. I love Accelerate. Ooh, this one is Azorius Charm for a white and a blue. Instant. Choose one. You either have creatures you control gain lifelink till end of turn. Actually matters here because you have all your 1/1 monks with prowess, so you never know.
Well, yeah, now they're all 2/2 lifelinkers.
Exactly. So, and then you have draw a card, and then the last choice you have is put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. Also matters.
A really fun thing. So if you have something that's like can block any number of target creatures, or like a big, huge, like you've got an Emrakul out, you want to block my stuff, right? Damage assignment is now at the end. So you declare blockers, I just put it back on top. I assign all my trample damage. Right? It's definitely changed like how a lot of these decks are going to work. The Azorius Charm is, I like these things that have different modes. I wish I'd included a few more of them, but we tried for a pretty budget brew of like aggression, a pretty hard. Let's take and again, there's no right or wrong way to make this. You can go so many directions with this, and there's so many better ones. Like I said, we have a lot of unblockable spells. It's got trample, so you could go more into the huge power things. I like the routes we went. You'll see. So we have cut a deal because I'm a simple person and I must group hug in some shape or form. And Howling Mind's like $6 right now, and I don't have any more. So 2 and a white. Each opponent draws a card, then you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way. Make a few friends.
Simple. Cut a deal is a really nice card, I will say. I like it a lot.
3 for 3 is great, and again, you're kind of buying a little bit of goodwill with the table.
Yeah, goodwill, considering how aggressive you are.
Yeah. So anyways, I swing.
I let you draw a card. Just let me swing into you.
I was going to put Temple Bell in here, by the way, for on theme. Number 1, also out of Temple Bells. And number 2, I was like, maybe let's buy some more. They're $8 now.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
Why? Make a group hug set, please.
But that's they did make a group hug. Like they made a group hug commander, and then everybody's like, "Oh, guess what? We're gonna buy all the group hug cards, and now they're all gone."
That was the problem.
This Bubble Flower is so popular still.
They made a group hug commander and then didn't put any group hug cards in it, so they're like, "All right, well, I gotta go and buy these, I guess."
Oh, good golly! All right, next card here we have is Defiant Strike for a single white instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and you draw a card. Great card.
Yeah. We have our first of our multiple unblockables here, which is Enter the Enigma. It's a blue. Target creature cannot be blocked this turn, which is great, and you draw a card. That a token generating commander that can't be blocked is a big problem.
Yeah,
it's a very big problem because that's
here it is.
It's gonna really quickly. That's gonna normally in a commander like this, your downside is that the crackback's coming. Sure, I've got my big like Voltron-esque like huge commander, but the crackback's coming, you know what I mean? But now I've got like 13 monks untapped, and I'm like, okay, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Wall of hands, shaw.
Oh, the deflecting palm.
Exactly.
Okay, next card we already mentioned here is going to be Expedite for a single red. Instant. Target creature gains haste till end of turn and you draw a card.
Yeah. We have our Guided Strike as well. 1 and a white. Target creature gets 1/0 in first strike. Like I said, first strike's so important with trample built in. And also draw a card.
Nice. Okay. Next one we have here is a classic Opt for 1 blue. Instant. Scry 1 and then you draw a card.
Yeah. Again, for us, it's like functioning as like a little bit of a pump.
Yeah.
But I still like to draw. We also have our Ponder. 1 white, or not 1 white, I wish. 1 blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, and you get a draw. Our biggest problem is going to be like the thing we have to get out of the way the most in this deck is getting those 3 colors. We don't have we don't have our good cultivate spells, Farseeks. Like we've got to have those 3 colors to play Elisha. If you don't have pretty much access to those, don't keep that hand. It's you have that your commander must be playable. This is an only commander deck.
Fair. All right, next card we have here is going to be Renegade Tactics for a single red sorcery. Target creature can't block this turn and you draw a card. I like this. Remember, you can play it on your own stuff. Mm-hmm. Even if you're attacking, it still can't block.
Yeah. Elisha can't block, but she can bonk.
Yeah.
And then we have Secret Rendezvous because, again, I really like these group huggish cards. And I really like I like the commander style of 3 cards for 3 in a white. So we have 1 double white. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Sometimes you do have to play nice with the table. And you have to ask Sherman to remove things because he actually runs removal. So you say, hey, I'll give you some cards, but like, can you get rid of that? Like a ghostly prison? I guess, you know what? We're only tagging with one thing. I don't care about a ghostly prison, but
yeah, it makes no difference. I am very, very angry still at one person in my play group because of this card. Oh. I played so imagine this, Daniel. Let's say I cast Secret Rendezvous, and I'm like, Daniel, I target you. Okay, you draw 3 cards. I draw 3 cards. Is your first instinct to drop a Hokori Dust Drinker after that?
What kind of animals are you playing with?
That's what happened to me.
Drew into Hokori and then you don't get to untap?
Yeah. So I'm tapped out. On their turn, they cast Hokori. I'm like, why? Why?
Damn, that's heartless. I would say at least like, hey, you let me draw. I'll do that next turn. Hey, keep some mana up just in case.
Exactly. Anyways, I'm still jaded. Yeah. I'm still very jaded from that.
So anyways, we're enemies for life now.
Yeah. Oh, I did not care what anyone else did. I was enemies with that person for the rest of the game.
Hokori brings a little bit of salt for sure.
Oh man.
We have our evasion section here. I really like this section. I think it's pretty fun. So we've got actually a lot of enchantments in this one. I'll let you take our first one here.
Nice. Oh, first one is going to be a fun one. It's Aqueous Form for a single blue enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't be blocked. And whenever this creature attacks, you scry 1. It's a fantastic card. So cheap.
Yep. A lot of these auras, it's nice that they stick around. They're still going to give us that non-creature pump we so desperately want in our commander.
Yeah.
But then we're going to keep a little bit of these abilities. A lot of these have more than one use, like our Artful Dodge next, right? Is a 1 blue, target creature's unblockable this turn, but it's also got flashback, which is we can just do it twice in one turn to flashback for 1 blue. We can do it twice in one turn to just pump that Elisha more.
Which is nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. You have these ones. All right. This is a classic card. You have Black Scarab for a single white. It's enchant creature. Target creature gets +2/+2 as long as any opponent controls any black card. That creature cannot be blocked by black creatures.
Yeah. So it's really fun because we've got all these, right? So it's really fun to drop this down. Again, this is a pseudo protection from. Now you can't be blocked, and it's this is a 3 on the turn it comes down. If Sherman's playing a black deck, this is a +3/+3 to our commander with trample again, which is so problematic because we've got all of these power doublers, we've got all these silly things, right? For 3 mana in this deck, our 1/1 commander jumps to an 8/8 double striker. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's different. Things get so aggressive so fast. It's like those car crash videos where everything's going fine, then like 2 seconds later, like the semi truck is rolled over, blowing up on the road. You're like, what happened? Yeah. So we have our blue scarab next. It's kind of the same. I like the artworks on all these scarabs, by the way. I think they're really cool.
Great.
So this is another white, 1 white enchantment. Enchant creature, target creature gets 2/2 as long as any opponent controls a blue card, and that creature can't be blocked. You can also put these on other people's things if you want to be friendly. Help someone else get their creature through.
Next one we have here is Distortion Strike for a single blue. Sorcery. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked. And it also has Rebound, which is nice.
Yeah, and Rebound is a cast. You may cast it from exile.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and again, even if they get rid of our commander and stuff, right, we're still kind of trying to do the same thing with those monks that we're making. So the commander is a removal target, right? Sure. Yeah. But I can still kill you with one of these Prowess monks that's now unblockable.
It's true.
Right? We've got our green scarab. This is the one I think has the worst artwork of all of them.
Yeah.
But the other one's just so cool and ornate. So it's 1 white. Target creature gets 2/2 as long as any opponent has a green card, and that creature can't be blocked by green creatures.
Once again, just like the other ones. Yeah. Ooh, we got some charms here. We got a Hearth Charm for a single red. Instant. Choose one. You can destroy target artifact creature, or all attacking creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn, or target creature with power 2 or less is unblockable for this turn.
Yeah. It's really cool. We can use this as like a late game anthem. We're probably not going to really destroy target artifact creature too much, but we might. Mm. But the fact that this is a late game 1 mana 2 pump across the board is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's yeah. Like it really puts a lot of damage in. But then I was going to say the fact that Elisha's Prowess trigger always is going to trigger before the spell resolves. It's on a cast, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we can use this at the very beginning of whatever our spell chain in our hand is to okay, well, I cast Hearth Charm. Elisha's power 2 now. I'm going to make Elisha unblockable with this one. So it's an unblockable enabler for late game if we really need it. It's a mass board sweep. I think it's got a lot of cool stuff.
It's really nice. And like, the fact that like, if you cast it on your commander and then you cast other spells, it's still unblockable. It's just, it only cares about if it's 2 or less at that time, right?
Yep.
So it's just like if you use like the old cards like Dwarven Nomad or Dwarven Warrior, where you tap it and target creature that's power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. You can always pump them up after, and then they're still unblockable.
Yeah, they just have to be a legal target at the beginning of your chain.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nice.
Makes no difference.
We have a 1 blue mana instant called Infiltrate. Target creature is simply unblockable this turn. Again, I want those monks. The trample's there, but I want these monks. I'm not willing to give up even one monk.
That's fair. Oh, hey, you have the red scarab here for a single red. Or sorry, single white, because we're talking about red. Yeah. Enchant creature, target creature gets +2/+2 as long as an opponent controls any red cards. That creature cannot be blocked by red creatures. Hey.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Fun times.
We have our slip through space. I'm glad that this actually came down in price finally. This is 1 blue. It's got devoid, so it has no color. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, and you draw a card.
This used to be expensive?
Yeah, I thought it was like $3 or $4 for a while.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think it just got a reprint recently somewhere. Or am I just list reprint, yeah. Which brought it down a bit. It was a few bucks.
Fair enough. All right. We run into the last scarab here. It's going to be the white scarab for a single white. Once again, enchant creature, target creature gets +2/+2 as long as an opponent controls any white cards, and that creature cannot be blocked by white creatures.
In a 4-man game, these are going to hit generally someone,
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. You play slivers, your commander's already hitting it. Our last one here we have is Writ of Passage. This is a 1 blue mana enchantment. It's an aura. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, if its power is 2 or less, it's unblockable this turn. And then it also has the ability to forecast, which is 1 and a blue. Reveal it from your hand. Target creature with power 2 or less is unblockable this turn. So we can keep using it as an unblockable thing if we want. But again, Elisha, when we attack, probably is always going to be around a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
So, and again, if Elisha's not, one of the other monks will be.
So I know some of these cards might be a little difficult to find because they are older.
Yeah, I was going to say for me, I've just got stacks of these like old weird ones.
Of course you do.
I've got all the old man cards.
You only like, I have a couple suggestions here just in case people cannot find these. One of them, Daniel, you would really like, is called Open into Wonder.
Love it. That's the X target creatures can't be blocked.
Yeah, and they get, when they deal combat damage, you draw a card for X double blue.
That's actually just a better upgrade in general. I'm just going to put that in.
Another one that you would like, in all honesty, that I'm starting to play around with is called Dominaria's Judgment. For 2 and a white, it's an instant. Okay, this is a cheap card. Till end of turn, creatures you control gain protection from white if you control plains, from blue if you control an island, from black if you control a swamp, from red if you control a mountain, and from green if you control a forest.
That's great.
Off the bat, you're getting protection from white, blue, and red. So,
which is again game ending for a lot of people, and it's a pump.
Yeah. The only problem though is like if it gives you protection, be warned, because like your enchantment is gonna fall off. But hey,
yeah, this is great. I move this to my maybe board for now, but it'll be in the main deck after. That's a really cool card. Dominaria's Judgment. I don't play with that one, and I love the protection ones. We've got a whole protection section in here.
Yeah, it's from Plane Chase, or not Plane Chase, Plane Shift. Sorry.
Okay. All right. We have I'll do our personal defense one. The people are going to try kill us, so we have a Gideon Sacrifice just a one drop stop that. It is 1 white mana. Choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanent you control is dealt to the chosen permanent instead. We're very, very thick into Blasphemous Act. It's kind of an auto include for a lot of decks, right?
Yeah.
We don't have enough prowess to get around especially on someone else's turn, to get around a Blasphemous Act. But we have one sacrificial monk to take it all for all of them.
Down for that.
Yeah, right. Let's get into that protection section that I was just talking about now, which Dominaria's Judgment's got to be in it.
All right. So we're gonna start it off with Akroma's Blessing for 2 and a white. Instant. Creatures you control gain protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and has a cycle for a single white.
Yeah.
That's good. Like all your creatures gain protection. I love that.
Yeah, it's again, we can throw it away early if we need it, if we're just digging, but that's a nice game ender card too. We have our Angelic Intervention as well. 1 and a white, target creature or planeswalker you control gains protection from colorless or the color of your choice until end of turn. If it's a creature, you put a 1/1 counter on it.
That's sweet. It can gain protection from colorless. That's really, really, really nice.
Yeah, that's why I chose this one specifically. Is colorless is usually the way around those things.
That's a nice picture of Elspeth.
That is cool, right?
Yeah. All right. Next one we have is going to be Apostle's Blessing for 1 and a Phyrexian white. So you can pay 2 life or pay the 1 white mana. So in this case, I'll probably just pay the 1 colorless. I don't care.
Yep.
Target artifact or creature you control gains protection from artifacts or from the color of your choice until end of turn. That's so sweet.
Same thing. We're trying to keep that, like, we want protection from everything we possibly can with it.
Yeah.
And it's a pump. It's all a pump. You got to believe me. We have our Boon of Safety. I've really, really started enjoying these, like, especially going through my Strixhaven boxes for Regos. I've really, really taken a lot of these out. So, or not Strixhaven, New Capenna. But yeah, like I really like the shield counters in general. I hope they do a little more with them. Boon of Safety is 1 white. Put a shield counter on target creature and scry 1.
Sweet.
People are going to try kill our commander.
100% for sure.
It's got to die. Once people are going to see this get its power doubled to, like I said, like a 16/16 double striker quick, and then they're like, nope, not anymore.
All right, next one we have is going to be Feat of Resistance for 1 and a white. Instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. The fact that you get a +1/+1 counter, it's already really nice. It's beneficial.
Well, and again, right, this is for, I know I'm like a broken record with this, right? But Again, we're making Elisha pseudo unblockable. We're saving it from a piece of removal and permanently buffing it, or we're just using it as a 2-mana 2/2.
Yeah.
You know, and one of that 2 is permanent. We have our Sheltering Light, which is 1 white. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn, and you scry 1.
Nice. Indestructible and scry 1. Woo!
It's pretty good at 1 mana, right?
Yeah. All right. On to the next section here.
Yeah, our pump one.
Oh, we're going to pump it up. Oh, starting with a giant growth. I mean, brute force. Well, that's what it was, right?
Red giant growth, yeah.
Because it was in the set where they just did everything like that.
Time shifted, yeah, color shifted the cards.
Exactly. So we have brute force for a single red. Instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn.
For us, that's a +4/+4. How can you go wrong with 1 mana to make Elisha a 5/5 trampler?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and then you hit it with the double. It's a 10/10. Well, it'd be 12/12 because you get the proud. No, it's too much. It's too much. All these cards kind of do that similar thing. We've got our Infuriate. For 1 red, it's almost the same card. Target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn.
Nice.
I'm still willing to take that trade.
Yeah.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Makes me wish Embercleave was cheaper. Good God.
All right.
Like Wizards reprint it.
It says it's still pretty expensive, hey?
It is. It's not as expensive as when it was in standard, when it was like $40 or $50, but still probably like I think like a $20 card or something like that. 20-25.
It's still up there, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a new card here. We got Pedal to the Metal for X in a red. Instant. Target creature gets +X+0 and +X+0 and gains first strike until end of turn.
Late game, very, very strong mana dump. But that first strike is just so good.
First strike trample.
They shouldn't have given this commander trample. Again, there's no reason for it to have 3 abilities. It's 3 mana. It's like I said, this one it enables a ton of aggression. But yeah, this is basically my make more monks card. I want more monks. They're coming with me.
If they gave it like vigilance instead of trample, that would have made more sense to me. You know what does the old one have?
Prowess, and you can cast non-creatures off the top.
Yeah. So
it's nowhere near this.
No, it's nowhere near it.
Does it have?
If you gave it some sort of evergreen, like I would say like trample is too much. Like if you gave it like vigilance or something like that, that would have been better.
Yeah, because old Elisha just has prowess. You can look at the top card, you can cast the top card, and then it has that for 5.
Yeah.
2, and then the Jess guy. Like again, the fact that you're going just like so bananas on the and also speaking of Jess guy, there's a lot of really cool Jess guy ascendancies like Whirlwind of Thought, the Narset things where you cast non-creatures, you draw. I didn't go that route because I'm a simple man and I was in my box of commons. So that's what you guys get. You get my common loot. But yeah, it's like that. The trample built in, it just it takes this card from what would already be a pretty cool commander. If you took trample off this card, just gave Elisha prowess and then the ability to make monks, I'd be like, wow, this is a cool card. I'm gonna build this. But giving it trample just like pushes it over that edge of what I think is reasonable for card balance, especially at 3 mana, because I don't have your commander already wants to do damage to get those tokens. You shouldn't be like further enabled to get to that. That should be like the little hoop that you have to build around of like, okay, well, how can I get that damage off? Instead of just like, nah, go with what you want. Go as hard as you can. You could make this just like a full, like just a power and toughness, like mono red cards, like power, like these pump cards. There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a few. We've got a bit of a ramp section. So I'm loving these bobbleheads ever since we got the bobblehead tech. I loved it. So we have our agility bobblehead is the first one. It's the only one in the deck, sadly, for this one, but it is in the deck. It's 3 mana rock. So 3 mana and a bobblehead. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. You can pay 3 up to X target creatures you control. Each gain haste until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control as you activate it. So again, this is a late game. We still want to kill someone with Elisha because they've wronged us. We're going to do it. Haste and unblockable on a stick is pretty nice. And early ramp.
Fair. Okay, next card we have is going to be Ancestor's Aid for 1 and a red, instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn, and you create a treasure token. Not bad.
Again, the fact that we have a trample enabled on this 2-mana card is not only ramping us, but this is giving us a 4 to trample over things. That's big.
Yeah, that is big.
It is big. We're pretty safe with a lot of these. We have Arcane Signet, and I love the Duskmourn Arcane Signet stamp. It's so cool. So that's the one that I try to have the most. I'm pretty sure that's the Duskmourn one, right? No, that's the Tarkir
new,
one. Where was the Duskmourn one?
The Duskmourn one? I don't know.
I thought the Duskmourn one was the stamp one. Maybe it was this one that I was looking that I needed a stack of them. One of them is a stamp, and it's really cool. That's the one I have.
Yeah, the stamp one is going to be the new Tarkir.
The Tarkir one? I thought there was another stamp one, though.
No, the other stamp one you're thinking of is going to be from the Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, where's that one?
So Lord of the Rings Commander set. So you're going to have the stamping on an envelope to seal it.
Yes, that's the one I
know that because it's in my book Tribal because it's paper.
I like that. All right, well, I can't find it right now, so. But yes, that is the cool one that I was thinking. That Tarkir one is also very cool, though.
It is.
Yeah, Arcane Signet, 2 mana. You tap to add 1 mana of your commander's identity. Nice and easy.
All right, we got the Fire Diamond for 2 mana. Comes into play tap, but you tap it for a red mana.
I'm in love with the diamonds. Can't stop building with them.
They're so good. I'm so glad they reprinted them.
I think that they just, especially like as pretty, right now we are, I would say, pretty budget players. Like I've got my stronger decks, but I haven't really been building a lot of balls to the wall decks unless there's a commander I really love. Like there's the new one, Falthorn or whatever it is, the toughness based commander and stuff. There'll be a deck tag about that one. I'm going to go hard with that one because I'm going to turn my Doran deck into that one because it's just like a Doran upgrade. And that one's got like dual lands. That one's got, you know what I mean? That's not going to be a budget deck, but I'll make a budget version because I find a lot of people, it's not just a personal aside. I don't think a lot of people like seeing me put up like a $6,000 deck list and be like, here you go. Because like, they're like, what is this? Who's this for? Right? Because you can always budget a deck up. You can always, again, no one who listens needs to be told that like you can remove the Fire Diamonds for better mana rocks. You guys know. I get it. I believe in all of you. But I like them a lot. I think that they're like a great building block for decks. I think that they're just, they always work. I like games when I play them. Yeah.
It'll be like, oh, like you're ramping like so fast. Like it comes into play tapped. Who cares? Yeah,
right. Like a Soul Ring's an aggressive opener, right? But if I'm like, okay, like turn 2 Marble Diamond, a lot of times it's going to be because my commander's coming up, but most people are like, yeah, he's playing tapped rock. He's got a budget deck.
Yeah.
Let them underestimate you.
Go after the person that cast Soul Ring turn 1 along with Arcane Signet. There you go. There's your target.
Yeah,
4 mana on turn 1.
Even still though, if you get like a turn 1 Soul Ring into a Fire Diamond, that doesn't feel as bad as an Arcane Signet one, right? Because if somebody hits like the Soul Ring Signet or like any of those like the Dimir Signets, they're my enemy for the game. I'm like, oh, this guy's too far ahead. He's got to die. I have a death pact against him now.
I don't know because it's still 4 mana. Like,
it's still 4 mana. It's still the same. It's still the same amount of mana. But I feel like it would feel better. I would be like, come on, guys, I'm playing Fire Diamonds. What are we talking about? So, anyways, turn 3 Elesha. Ugh.
Yeah. Where are we in the list here?
That's turn 2 Elesha. I got our Marble Diamond here. So 2 and 2 colorless, enters tapped again, and this is a white mana.
Yeah. And then we got a Mind Stone for 2 mana. You can tap it for a colorless or tap 1 and tap it, sacrifice the Mind Stone to draw a card.
What I really like about these is a lot of games, they're kind of dead late game, right? If you draw into this, if this turn 6, turn 7, it's not great.
Emergency draw.
Yeah, but for us, they're just pump spells. They're just 2 mana pump spells across our army of monks.
True.
Which is kind of nice, right? They have that secondary ability of being able to pump our monks. And also the fact that the monks like don't get the pump from Elesha being on the floor. They just have it. That's crazy. Because people are going to try to kill Elesha, but then they just still all have it. I play a Marble Diamond, Fire Diamond, attack for 40. Everyone's like, all right, chill. We have our Sky Diamond as our last of our diamonds here. 2 mana, it enters tapped, and you tap for a blue.
Then you got your classic Soul Ring for 1 mana, tap for 2 colorless.
That's a pretty cool Soul Ring.
That's a nice new one.
That's a pretty cool soul ring, yeah. Mardu lightning fences are ingenious synthesis of blacksmith skill and storm singer magic, protecting their Dalkovans from even the most fearsome dragon storms. It's a lot of words I don't know, but pretty cool.
You give these codes to people that don't play Magic, and they're like, what's your response?
Yep, exactly. Yep, Kim. Wow, that sounds crazy. I hope that doesn't come here. We have a sudden breakthrough as well for another of the similar kind of path of this section. 1 in red, target creature gets 2/0 and first strike until end of turn, and is going to give us that treasure token.
Nice, simple, effective. The fact that like you're pumping yourself quite a bit with this, it's really, really, really nice.
You take our recursion section, Chairman.
Recursion. We have Mavinda, Student's Advocate for 2 and a white. Legendary creature Bird Advisor has flying for a 2/3. Okay, now this is the fun ability it has. For 0, okay, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard this turn. If that spell doesn't target a creature you control, it costs 8 colorless mana more to cast this way. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, you exile it instead. Activate only once each turn. This is a really, really, really fun card.
Right? It's very cool that we can get, like, again, we can get a double off followed by another double off, right? Everything having like pseudo flashback is pretty cool.
It's really, really sweet. Yeah.
If we really need removal late, if we really need it, sure.
Yeah. I play with this in my Hinata deck. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Great card.
This also it's not to our turn, so we can use that ability on other people's turns if we want.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think Mavinda's great, and especially in a deck that has so many instants and sorceries, I feel like you've gotta, right? Because there's like a lot of things that just double power, and the fact that we can cast them even a second time is wonderful.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's going to really, really shine in this annoying section here, which is our removal, because we having the ability to use our removal, even if it's a little more expensive, twice is pretty rough. So I know it's crazy that I have a removal section. It's weird.
You have interaction.
I've got
interaction.
I have a few pieces, yes. We've got the flavor text in the first one is me to the core. We've got Admiral's Orders. 1 double blue. It has raid. If you attack with a creature this turn, you can pay 1 blue rather than pay the spell's mana cost. So there's a 1 blue counter spell and counter target spell, and it says damn the cannons, mates, charge.
Yeah.
A lot of times we're not casting until after we've attacked with Elesha. We want to see what they're blocking with. So people are going to be trying to kill us in combat, right? A good player is going to hold up the path to exile until I've wasted every possible card that I've put onto it, right? Yeah. And if I've only got 1 blue, most people are thinking like I'm playing a $40 deck. He's not swan songing me in a $40 deck. He better not be, right? Yeah, $40 plus a swan song.
This is why I play with like things like Settle the Wreckage against you.
That's fair. That there's a good respect for that. I do get my wreckage settled pretty often.
But I'm filtering out all the lands for you.
That is true. But again, like a more experienced player like yourself knows to not. You don't go for Elesha in my main phase.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
You wait until again, because you might see like, well, Daniel's attacking Jesse, right? Okay, well, I'm not. Why would I stop that? Make a deal for something, right? Say like, okay, well, I can deal with that, but what will you do for me, right? Or you just let an opponent die, right? Because you don't have to blow your removal until it's coming at you. Because again, by the time it's coming at you, if I'm already like, let's say I'm killing Slothy. I'm 5 cards deep into killing Slothy. Okay, I've wasted 5 cards that are no longer going to pump or be a problem to you. Now I've got to do 5 more to you, and because you didn't do it too early, you're dumping that 1 mana spell into killing me. Ugh. Oh, it hurts. So I like having this available because we're always attacking. We're always aggression.
Yeah, 100%. And
in a worst case, we're cancel.
True. Hey, next card here we have is going to be an Aura Blast for 1 and a white. Instant. Destroy target enchantment, and you get to draw a card. I love this card.
Yeah. People don't really play enchantment removal. I see too many enchantments in my meta that it's worth dedicated enchantment removal to me. And it's a draw.
People need to play more enchantment removal. My goodness, like the amount. I don't know about everyone else, but my play group loves to play with enchantments, but not enough enchantment removal.
It's the same thing. I see the exact same thing. A very enchantment heavy meta where you're getting so many annoying things, like 1,000-year storm out, right? And it's just like, okay, well, no one's got that. Like I have a Path to Exile in my hand, right? Basically, most people are only running like a Generous Gifts, Stroke of Midnight, that kind of thing, to like your traditional ones, maybe a Beast Within, but most people don't pack like dedicated. I usually pack like mass, but there wasn't a spot for like a Parsley in this deck, but I'm usually packing some mass enchantment removal.
Fair.
We have a Bane's Contingency. Again, people are trying to kill my commander. I know what it is. No one's countering my Expedite. I understand. Like if the choice is there, they're gonna kill the things. So we have 1 double blue, counter target spell. If that spell targets a commander you control, instead counter it, scry 2, draw a card.
Such a good card. This is like, that does happen from time to time. Like people need to understand, like it does happen because your commander is like the linchpin.
Oh, everyone's trying to kill my commander. I know what's up. I know what's up in this. You have to just in a game like this, you just have to be salty and be like, guys, seriously, I want my deck's made around this commander, please, guys, I'm for real right now. Stop killing it, please. I'm not having fun. And then they leave it alone, and then I hit them for 40. All right, guys, come on. That's the last time, please.
Don't trust Daniel. Yeah. Don't trust Daniel.
It's true. I've earned this reputation.
It's okay. You trust Daniel more than you trust me, though. All right. Next card we have here is going to be a Chaos Orb for 2 in a red. Instant. The owner of target permanent shovels it into their library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's a permanent card, they put it onto the battlefield. You have monks. You can also do it to yourself. Why not? It's
true. I don't have any permanents in this deck really. There's like 5. I'm not rolling the deck. The I guess I've got lands, but there's not many permanents in this. It's all instants and sorceries. It's an anti-Daniel deck. Next we have
what happened to you?
Yeah, right. I told you it's my brain damage deck. This is what happens if I hit my head. I put instants in. It's like you hit the TV and the wire starts working. That's what I'm doing here. We have a disenchant, 1 and a white, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Again, I run disenchantment in so many decks.
Yeah, it's a nice, like, versatile classic card.
That one, naturalize wilt. Those are like my go-to removal pieces generally. I like them. They're very cheap.
Yeah. We have a mana leak for the next card. That's 1 in a blue. Instant. Counter target spell unless this controller pays 3, which is quite a bit. 3 sucks.
I'm going to say right now quickly, people, like we talked again, like with Sherman's Mage's Duel, right? You get like these like weird, you get into patterns when you play the game and you see like, okay, well, he's got 2 blue up. You know I'm counterspelling, right? Or it's at least a threat of it. But there's nothing more painful than not thinking I have a counterspell and, okay, well, I'm not really countering it. You just have to pay more mana. It's brutal. The mana leak is one of those, and I'll follow it up immediately with one of my favorite cards to cast, and it's Mana Tithe. Everyone, when you see 1 white available, everyone's threat assessment is, this guy is packing Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile, and that's nope. For me, it's almost always a Mana Tithe. If I got 1 mana sitting up and I'm holding it, I'm snickering, I'm giggling. Oh, I'm a bad person, and I like to Mana Tithe people's ramp. I think it's so funny. It gets you an enemy for like the weekend or for the night. But is it ever funny to like someone goes to cultivate and you just Mana Tithe? It ruins the game. It ruins the game for that person because they kept that hand just for that one. Their hand's playable because they have that Farseek. The same thing. If you have like an early mana commander, you're trying to get out like one of these like 2 mana drops and you're rushing it out, and I just Mana Tithe. I Mana Tithe the Soul Ring. It's disrespectful behavior. It's a animal plays, but it's good. Mana Tithe should be in a lot more decks than it is.
Yeah,
it's simple.
It's funny.
Yeah,
like, but like the person that gets Mana Tithe, like you gotta take the hit, and you're just like, oh come on, oh fine, I'll just attack you at least once, just to, like whatever. Like it slows you down. Okay, fine. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's just funny.
1 mana counter target spell unless its controller pays 1, and then it has the most disrespectful flavor text. Those who seek to upset the balance must be taxed for such ambitions. Oh, it's disrespectful. Man, I love this card so much.
Funny. It's so funny.
Mana Tithe is one of my favorites.
You have to laugh at it.
Yeah. Well, you have to have a good sense of humor on it, right?
Heck, you've done this to me. We have it on video.
There is a video at one of the face-to-faces where I hit your spell. I'm pretty bad at for like targeting people's like colored mana or color fixing things. It's effective, right? It's not nice, but it is effective. But I was gonna say that the like Mana Tithe is a very, very cool like little piece of removal because it's not what people are expecting.
Yeah.
Like the white mana counterspell pretty much never kind of rears its head. But we're into a more powerful, I would say, era of Commander where despite the bracket system and stuff, a lot of people do still pack these free removal spells where it's like a deflecting swat, a fierce guardianship, any of these like the Pact of Negations, any of those kind of things. Those are pretty dominantly played cards, right? The same thing. I hate if you've heard this show a single time, you know I hate Psychrift. And everyone sits there, oh, I've got my 7 mana up. Yeah, Mana Tithe. Now you have nothing. Now you have nothing but an enemy. We were friends and now we're enemies for life. And you didn't even get to cast it. You've enraged me. You've enraged me for something that didn't even go off.
It's true.
I live the Mana Tithe dream.
Oh. Okay, let's move on here before we take up the whole episode ranting about
Yeah, Elesha deck slash Cyclonic Rift rant. And then it just is labeled part 19.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Next one we have is a negate for a 1 in a blue instant counter target non-creature spell.
Yeah. Actual counter spells in the deck. It's crazy, I know.
I know. Interaction. Holy smokes.
We have a piece of creature removal kind of this way. So this is a Rabadon. 1 in a red. Target creature you control gets 1/0 till end of turn. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control.
I like that.
Yeah, sometimes there's something I don't want to block. Like I don't want to, oh, you have a Death Toucher. Okay.
I like stuff like this over fight cards.
Yeah. I like to keep my guy safe.
Yeah, exactly. Next one is a reality shift for 1 in a blue instant. Exile target creature is controller manifests the top card of their library. I love doing this after they tutor and put their card on the top of their library.
Oh, the top deck control's beautiful. It's peak. I scry to the top of my library. Oh, do you? Interesting. You've scryed a 2/2, I see. Oh, it's so mean. Yeah, I do live a good reality shift. We have a Return to Dust as well. This is 2 double white, exile target artifact or enchantment. If you cast it during your main phase, you can exile up to 1 other target artifact or enchantment. Nice emergency piece if I really need it, but I really like that double up, and the exile is great.
Yeah. The double up is, I always look at the double up as a nice bonus.
Yep. Move this into my maybe board. The Open into Wonder. I've got to put that into the actual list somewhere. That's such a good card. Okay.
Okay, next card we have is Valorous Stance. For 1 in a white, instant, choose 1. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn, or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I like it. And especially because we're trampling, right? I find it's a nice touch because I want to get over their toughness, right? So It's like you throw like a huge body like Tree Folk or something in my way. All right.
We ain't worried about walls here.
Yeah, exactly. We have, we're pretty much close to done. We have a token section because these are just, I think, too good of cards to not put in the deck. The first one we have here is Monastery Mentor because it's doing what we're doing. It's just Monastery. They just did what if Monastery Mentor was a commander and then had Trample built into it because it's the same mana. Yeah. Well, yeah. What if it was the same mana cost, but we gave it access to 2 more colors, Legendary and Trample. So Monastery Mentor is our commander without that. 2 and a white, Human Monk, 2/2 with Prowess. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a 1/1 white monk creature token with Prowess. Again, just our commander without Trample for no reason.
I love how the artwork for this card plus the next card is so similar.
Yep.
Next card we have here is Third Path Iconoclast. It's going to be a blue and a red creature, human, monk, 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token.
We're doing so much of it in the deck that these are like must includes, I think. I think the deck has 4 creatures. We really need our commander. Please don't kill it. Please leave it alone. Right?
This is definitely your style of deck building.
you got balls to the wallet. You have to, a hope and a prayer is needed in this deck. We have our Young Pyromancer as our last actual card in the deck, I believe. 1 and a red for a human shaman 2/1. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, you get a 1/1 red elemental creature token. Because again, just more tokens. We're going to get cracked back. People are coming for us. Let it be known. They're coming to take us. And then I've got a maybe board here. Yeah. So this maybe board is 2 cards I'm going to put into Dominators Judgment and Open into Wonder. Phenomenal. Those will be actually in the list. But take away the first card in it. This is the only reason it's not in this deck right now is because of price alone.
Yeah. So it's going to be Bria, Riptide Rogue for 2 in a blue and a red. Legendary creature, Otter Rogue. It is a 3/3, has prowess. Other creatures you control have prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Yeah. $20. Oh my goodness.
$20 is it's pretty rough to put in. It's an obvious upgrade to the deck because double prowess is going to be just silly.
Yeah.
Again, double prowess is just crazy. Then like even a simple power doubler is like okay, she goes to a 2 to a 4 and then it's going to be to an 8.
So the prowess ability stacks?
Oh, yeah, that's what it says here. Other creatures have prowess. If a creature has multiple instances of prowess, each triggers separately.
Oh, there we go. Haha.
Yeah, so like it's again like giving it like the double prowess on that kind of thing is just like again we play a 1 mana spell. It's now a 3/3, right? If it's a doubler, it's a 6/6 off that 1 mana. It's silly. Bria's wonderful, but again, it is a pricey card at the moment at $20. So I have to respect where respect is due. I can't justify putting 1/3 like a 50% increase in the deck cost in one card, you know? Hey, this is a $60 deck and 20 of the dollars is Bria. And then you take our next one here in our
right. I'll take so next one's gonna be Shared Animosity for 2 in a red. Enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other attacking creature that shares a creature type with it.
Yeah, it's powerhouse card. It's a win very hard card.
Yeah.
Because again, if you have like 10 rogue or 10 of these monks out and you just drop Shared Animosity, they're all now 2s. So your commander alone is a 2/2, and then I attack with it, and it's going to be like a 15/2 trampler or something like that with again like 10 more 15s. It's a lot. It's a game ender card. I pulled one out of the box and I was like, you know what, that might be going a little too hard for what I'm trying to do.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then my last one is again, it's just another of my fun theme of these extra cards. You could take these extra turns out if you don't like them, but I like them. I think they're fun ways to end the game. So this is a Warrior's Oath, red, take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. I don't mind if people are if you want to play it fast that way and you want to kill me, that's cool. I think the extra turns that bother people are like, okay, I take 6 extra turns and I'm like, draw, what am I going to cast? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Just give me a minute here. Okay, I go to my next turn. Oh, I'm going to draw. Yeah, like when you durdle with them, right? I think a lot of people don't like that. But if you just go to an extra turn, you're going to lose at the end of it. And you just say, okay, I go to my next turn, untap, I attack.
Well, the difference here is like the fact that you don't have anything that just ends the turn. So you will die. Yeah. It's not like you're casting an expropriate.
No, this is I win or I don't. And that's it. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with finding out if I don't. Yeah. All games must end. You know, sometimes at the end of the night, halfway through games, someone's ordered a pizza. You guys want to get to that next game? I'm getting to pizza faster than everyone. Either you're all dead or it's pizza o'clock.
It's so true. I've scooped before just so I could go get some food.
Yeah, right? Where is my instance here? Does it tell me?
Sorry?
I'm trying to find out how many instants I have.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. 38 instants, 11 sorceries, 7 enchantments, 7 artifacts.
Yeah. What the heck happened to you?
Yeah. So we've got 25 cards that are enchantment, artifact, and sorcery, and then 38 instants. The whole deck is instants.
Hey, whatever, if it works, it works. If you're having a fun time, you're casting spells, you're a spell slinger, who cares?
Yeah. I was gonna say, what do you think of my $40 bracket 3 deck?
It's fun because like you said, you have a plan. You're gonna stick with the plan no matter what, and we see that here. And it's a nice cheap deck that anyone can put together like literally, like you could go around and ask people like, hey, do you have these cards? And people were just like, okay, here, just take these, because most of this is like draft chaff.
Yep.
Right. So no one cares. Like most of these people would literally just give you, and they don't care. So it's a great deck.
You can build most of this out of the bulk box at your LGS.
Yeah. So, and I love decks that are like that. So it's nice and fun. Just be careful when it comes to things like casting Red Scarab on your commander. Oh wait, hang on. Does it get protection? No, it just can't block. Okay, never mind. Who cares? Cast it away. Cast away. It's not like a red ward.
Yeah, exactly. You can still they just still get it. But yeah, no, I think, like I said, this was a built this morning deck. So I haven't had a chance to like fully play this, but I've played decks similar to this one, and I love this kind of style of just aggression. Of it's just time to go as hard as we can go, and let's see how many monks we can make. And that's the thing. I'm going to die to making these monks. We all know that. We all know I'm not actually ending the game until somebody like tries to board wipe me, and then I have to chance for glory them. Chance for glory though, great card. No one sees it coming. No one is threat assessing chance for glory. I'll tell you that right now.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, I want to see.
But yeah, it seems. Sorry,
I just want to see the EDH rec. I want to see how many decks it's actually in. Chance for glory.
I'm going to go with maybe like 1% or less than that.
Yeah, 1% of decks.
There you go. Huh.
Not many decks. Not many decks are playing a chance for glory. And like you said, most of them are running it with the end the turn so I don't lose.
Yeah.
Now, we're not afraid. We're afraid of nothing here.
Take the risk. Why have it when you know, like, who cares? Take the risk.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my list. I'm happy to end it there.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I will say I hope Slothy's back next week, because we've got a really fun topic there. If you guys want any of these cards and that Bria, obviously go to housecards.com promo code, or no, .ca, housecards.ca, not .com. I was wrong. Houseofcards.ca, houseofcards.com is dead to us. No, but go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to get you a discount at checkout. It supports us. It supports a great business. Like, share, subscribe. It really, really helps us out with stuff. If you want to chat decks with us, see spoilers as they come out, and just support us above and beyond, like, sharing, subscribing, go over to Patreon. It's a great spot to come chat with us and have wonderful conversations. We got lots of really, really awesome, nice patrons. So I appreciate everyone who's done any of those things, but the patrons are the people that support us the most. So I appreciate all of them so much. They're great, and they're all very nice people. Put these decks in your AI armor sleeves. They're also very wonderful. Like I said, it's what I keep reaching for when I'm deck building over a lot of the other ones. So it's been a bit, maybe some of the other ones have upped their game recently, but I just love those AI armor sleeves. So the link's in our bio there, in the show notes, sorry. And yeah, that's it. And thank you everyone who's like given the show a rating recently. It does really help us out. Like more people see it if it's rated higher and stuff. It shows that people are listening to it. And I've really enjoyed all the Spotify comments I've been seeing on lately. So thank you everyone who just who interacts and comes out and everything. It means a lot. We appreciate it. We're happy that we can do this and chat with things. And with that, I give you some music to relax. There we go. That's it. That's all you get. No more music.